Hello, good morning. My name is Emily Mashinsky. If you haven't been here before, welcome to my channel. Go ahead and subscribe. I would love to just keep you around, and I'm going to adjust my light. Sorry. I've got light flooding in the room. That should be much better. Awesome. Well, this is Yoga for Beginners, so this is great for anybody that has truly never done yoga, but has been interested in incorporating it into their life, whether it's for health reasons or you just want to maybe lose some weight, maybe you want to just gain a little bit of flexibility or even build some strength. This is a great practice to really just have on that daily basis. And a lot of people come to yoga thinking that they have to be flexible, they have to be able to touch their toes, they have to be able to quiet down their mind. And some of these things are goals for sure. We do want to be able to increase our flexibility, but there are so many options available. And yoga truly is a practice for everybody. So whatever level that you're at, it doesn't matter. You can always find something from yoga to just increase your overall well-being. So we are going to get started nice and simple. I'm a couple of minutes late, sorry about that. But I am going to find a comfortable seated position. So just to start out with, when we're sitting down, we want to really feel that we're lifted up in our torso. So we want to feel that the shoulders are back over our hips. If you feel like you're hunched over, just see if you can pull those shoulders back and try to open up across the collarbone. Yeah, just like that. And I have a yoga bolster, which is basically just a big pillow. And that helps me to raise my hips up. You can also sit on a block, or if you have just another heavy pillow around, a great thing to incorporate as well. By dropping your knees just below where your hips are, it just eases a little bit of that tension that you might feel if your hips were up like this. So comfortable seated position. I know there's a lot to talk about, even just when we're sitting down. And if you can't find a seat on the floor, if that's just a little bit too difficult, go ahead and have a seat in your chair. A great place to start, and we can work our way to the floor. So I'm going to start by taking my palms. I'm just going to rest them, palms facing up on my knees. And I want to feel my shoulders just dropping away from my ears, really almost feeling that those shoulders are lifted up, and then find that comfortable place where they just kind of feel like they settle into the shoulders. Good. I want to relax my arms and just start to breathe. You might feel a little bit of work in your center, and that is just you supporting your own spine. Closing down the eyes. And we're just going to start by taking a few deep breaths. So I just want you to observe your breath. What does it feel like to take that deep breath in? You can feel the lungs expanding, the ribs expanding. And then exhale, release it out. And just notice that softness that you feel. We'll take a few more deep breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Again, deep breath in. And exhale. We'll just continue breathing just like this. Nice, slow, easy, full breaths. And in yoga, we always try to be as present as possible. So our goal is to completely embrace the present moment, not being weighed down by our past, and not worrying about what lies ahead, just existing and being fully in the here and now. Go ahead and slowly open up your eyes and just notice how you're feeling. You might feel a little bit of softness. You might feel more aware of your body. And we're going to start by just flipping those palms over, placing the hands on the knees, and just start to take your chin into your chest. We're going to rotate our head around, tracing a big circle with the top of the head. Just finding some ease. And then we'll go the opposite way. Big circle around. Coming back, bring the head to the center. We're going to find our right hand, take it to the outside of our other leg. We're going to take a gentle twist. That other hand can just go behind us. We want to lead back with our eyes. So we're feeling the spiral of our spine. You don't have to go very far, but you want to imagine almost that DNA type helix wrapping around so that energy continues through the top of your head. And coming back to the center, we'll take the opposite hand, left hand across, eyes back, keeping that belly button tall and toward the spine. And slowly coming back into the center. Roll the shoulders up by the ears and let them fall down the back a few times. Deep breath in and exhale. Just finding that range of motion. Good. We're going to go ahead and remove our pillow or our block, whatever we were using there. And we're going to find our way into our child's pose. So this is a very common pose that people can use for relaxation. It's also great for stretching out the back and just finding some place of calm. So bringing the toes close together to touch. We're going to take our knees wider than our toes. We want to send our hips back toward our heels. And then just walk our arms back, or walk our arms out, resting the forehead down on the floor. Now, if your hips don't meet your heels, that's okay. That's something to work toward. So you might be up here, and that's fine. But you want to feel that heaviness of your tailbone reaching down. Breathing deeply. There's also the option here, if you have a block, you can place that block underneath your head. And just take a few deep breaths, trying to find some softness. If you start to feel some anxieties creeping in, just let those go. Return your intention back to your breathing. And one more deep breath, deep inhale. And full exhale. Very nice. We're going to come up onto all fours. This is our table pose. So we want to spread our fingers wide, bringing the palms right underneath the shoulders. And we want to stack our hips right on top of our knees. From here, imagining that you are a table. You want one line from your tailbone all the way out the top of the head. So something that's common is that we either sink down or maybe we try to round too much, but we really want to feel that length of our torso. So I'm almost pressing my palms away from the floor, lifting out of my shoulders. We're going to move through what's called cat and cow. We start with our cow. So with our cow, we drop our belly button down, keeping the shoulders pressing down, looking up, taking the eyeballs up. Deep breath in. And then exhale, we feel the reverse of that, where we round our spine, continue to press the hands down, and gazing back toward your belly button. Inhale, dropping the belly down, keeping the shoulders away from the ears. And exhale. Press the lowest part of your back up. And inhale. And exhale. One more time. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. And coming back into our tabletop, resetting, take a moment. Keep the head nice and long. If you start to feel tension creep into your neck, you can just give yourself a little movement. Maybe move the head right to left. Just a reminder for yourself to not get too stressed out there. We're going to work our way into downward dog. We're going to start by tucking our toes underneath us. From here, I'm just going to lift up my knees and just hover for a moment over my mat. So you can feel that my shoulders might have a tendency to sneak down, but I still want to keep my arms strong, pressing up. Then from here, feel the belly button, that gentle curve. Continue to press yourself back. And then we find ourselves in our downward dog. We want to feel the heels are reaching down toward the floor. We want to feel that our tailbone is reaching up toward the ceiling. I still feel all 10 fingers pressing down to the mat. And you almost want to imagine that your arms are rotating toward each other. What I mean by that is you want to bring your armpits almost to face your ears. I know that sounds a little bit silly, but just imagine that rotation in. Keeping the head relaxed, and then feel your torso, your shoulders press all the way back toward the thighs. So we're nice and long, creating this pyramid. I'm feeling my belly button still pulling in, so I'm not forgetting about my abdominals there. And from this posture, we can just start to pedal through our feet. Just bending the right knee on the left. Just finding some stuff that feels good here. And if you're discovering that it's a little bit difficult to maintain this position, that's okay. We can always find ourselves on a chair. And what I mean by that is if you have a chair in front of you, you can find a modified downward dog. So you'll bring your upper body up quite a bit, placing the hands on the chair, and then just be careful it's not slippery. I don't want you to fall down. But that'll relieve maybe some tension in the backs of the legs that you're discovering, and just make a little bit of space for yourself. We'll settle those heels back down, softly bending our knees, and we walk our feet all the way toward our hands, resting the feet right underneath the hips and keeping the knees soft and bent. We're going to find opposite elbows. Let your head drop down. And from here, just a gentle sway from right to left. I like to imagine a seaweed spine, just kind of moving freely. Just feel your weight shifting from your right foot to your left. Good. From here, placing both hands down, we're going to keep our knees softly bent and slowly roll up all the way to stand. Take your time, feeling each and every vertebrae unravel as you stack all the way up to stand. Bringing our feet together to touch, we're going to imagine our toes spreading wide like roots of a tree. Taking the arms down by our sides in our Tadasana mountain pose. Again, we want to discover those shoulders, finding that place where they can rest in. I was going to say lock, but we don't want to feel that locking sensation. We want to feel just that place where they settle into the shoulders. Close the eyes for a moment. You might notice a little bit of wavering, and that's okay. All of those little wavers just kind of tell us where it is that our center is. So we want to try to reach toward that place of balance, but we can't get there unless we know where we're off. Slowly open up the eyes. Nice. We're going to keep the feet together. I'm going to take both arms up overhead. So if you feel like you can't quite get the arms stretched, that's okay. Today we're going to take those hands behind the head and really feel those elbows pulling out as wide as you can. From here, just take a deep breath in. Imagine the top of your head growing. Then exhale, taking the upper body over. We want to try to imagine that our hips down are in cement. So it's really just that upper body. Inhale back to the center. And exhale over to the other side, keeping those elbows wide. Inhale. And exhale. Last time, inhale. And exhale. Good. Inhale. And exhale, bringing the hands down by the sides. Nice. We're going to take one deep breath in. Sweep the arms up overhead. And exhale, folding forward all the way down over the legs. We're going to soften our knees. Taking our feet back, we're going to find a push-up position or our high plank. And if this already feels a little bit strained, drop the knees down. You can untuck those toes. We really want to work on feeling the shoulders again, pushing out away from the floor. So we're lifting up our torso. Feel the belly button pulling in. And we want to try to find, again, that long line. The heels are reaching out. The top of the head is reaching out. A lot of work here. One more deep breath. And then we will drop the knees down and untucking, or keeping the toes tucked rather. Just sitting back on the heels and rest here for a moment. Again, feeling those shoulders fall away from the ears. And if you're already feeling that this is a little bit uncomfortable in the feet, first of all, just take a deep breath. Second of all, you can always come up all the way to your knees, really maintaining the shoulders over the hip relationship, or you can try to untuck the toes. Deep breaths. Bringing our hips to one side just to get our legs out in front of us. We're going to remove any of that fleshiness from underneath our hip bones. So we really get that nice, even space. Flex the feet out. Take a deep breath in. Oops, I hit my wall. And exhale, reaching forward here. We want to keep the shoulders back until the last minute, when then we can drop our head down. If this is not happening today, let's take some options. So we can either bend our knees a little bit and keep focusing on the shoulders reaching out and then dropping down. Yeah, we can also, again, find our pillow or our block and just take that underneath our hips. That again gives us just some more space as we reach over the legs and forward. Let's take a couple deep breaths here. And slowly coming back up. We'll remove that block if you have it. And just again, finding a comfortable seated position, just like we did before. Good. Thank you so much for joining me today. This has been a quick yoga for beginners. I will be doing this class 8:15 until May. Always check out my website for some updates on the schedule. And yeah, subscribe, like this video, share it with your friends. And if you have any questions about yoga for beginners, how to get started, how to use props, where to find props, just shoot me a message or type in the comments below. Until next time, I'm Emily, and thank you so much for joining me. I'll take our hands to our heart. And very common in yoga, we finish our class. Namaste. Thank you so much. Keep breathing today.